Welcome. I'm Steph, an intuitive hypnotist from Quebec, Canada.
I'm Julie, a past life regression hypnotist and Reiki healer from Wisconsin.
And together, we are the Soulful Mystics. Hi, Steph here. In this episode, Julie facilitates a past life regression for me to understand where my migraines may have stemmed from in order to begin the process of releasing them. I've been experiencing ocular migraines for many years. It can be extremely painful, and sometimes I even lose vision for 20 to 30 minutes. Please be advised that I do mention some disturbing acts of violence in this session. They're not incredibly detailed, I just wanted you to be aware. Next week, Julie and I get together and discuss this session and all the unbelievable synchronicities and connections that I experienced. This session explained more than my issues with migraines. It also explained the disconnection I feel to my body in this life as Steph. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that conversation. And if this show is something you think a friend might be into, spread the love. I also wanted to remind you that for podcast purposes, we take out the long pauses so that it has better flow. Generally, we take more time to observe and respond, so we edit out those pauses. If you've been dealing with headaches, migraines, or other issues within your body and you want to explore this avenue of healing, we're both offering in-person and virtual sessions. If you're interested in booking a session or just want to find out more about who we are and what we offer, you can find me at soulfulstephanie.com and on Instagram at soulfulstephaniehypnosis and Julie at soulseekerhypnosis.com and Instagram at soulseekerhypnosis. We would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or suggestions on future topics, you can reach us on Instagram at Soulful Mystics Podcast or send us an email. All the information is linked in the show notes. All right, let's get right into it.
Traveling through the ages, you feel a gentle pull. The light brightens and intensifies in a flash. And as you regain your senses, you suddenly find yourself surrounded by a different world. Taking a moment now to just allow the details of your new surroundings to unfold. Allow yourself to fully immerse in the experience, engaging all of your senses. Observe your surroundings, the landscape, or any people around you. Notice the details of this time and place you have arrived in. Trust the experience and allow the scene to unfold. And when you're ready, take a look around you. Observe what you see, feel, sense, or know. And tell me, are you inside or outside?
Inside.
Good. What else are you aware of here?
I'm standing in front of a mirror. My name is Anna, and I just keep telling myself that you are Anna, looking in the mirror.
And Anna, what do you see in this mirror?
Well, I'm beautiful. I'm young. I'm 24 years old. I have long, dirty blonde hair. I feel like I come from a good home. I feel good when I look in the mirror, and I feel like that's how I know myself in this place, is just looking at myself, and it reminds me of my family.
Good. And why are you telling yourself, I am Anna? Why do you have to remind yourself of that?
Because they call me by number.
Can you explain that a little more?
I was taken from my home and my family and brought to this. It's not a hospital. It feels like a hospital, but it's not. It's a place where they can control people like me and to take away my own dignity and control. They call me by number and they took my name away.
Okay. And what do you mean, people like you?
I'm gifted in a way that is unacceptable, and it's not magic. It's really just insightfulness. It's intuition. It's something that women are born with as a means to protect and guide their children. And for some reason, it's viewed as dangerous. And so I was taken. Um, Not only me, but I know there's a few other of my family members in this same place. I could feel their energy. I just can't see them.
Okay. Do you know how long you've been here?
Only a few months.
Okay. And what do you know about your surroundings or the room that you're in?
There's a glass window, but you can't see through it. It's like frosted or has something. I could just see a faint light coming through, and the floors are cement. They're moist, they're wet and cold, and the walls they're hard. They're not wood, or I feel like it's cement as well with like plaster or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But there's just a bed and a mirror that's, I mean, I can't see myself fully, but I know my essence when I look in the reflection. I just can't see details. And then there's a door. It's like a metal door, and I could just feel energy coming from beneath it. I can't even hear anything.
What are you wearing right now?
It's like a white, off-white or beige kind of. I don't know if it's dirty. It feels dirty. Like an almost like a gown, like not a hospital gown, but a very thin but rough one piece like gown.
And do you get a sense of what time period this is?
It's the early 1900s. Keep getting 1904.
And do you get a sense or understanding of where in the world this place is located?
Germany.
Good. And what else do you know about this place? Is there anything else to know here?
There's someone who refers to himself as a doctor who comes to see me, but besides that, he's the only person I've seen since they took me away.
And how do you feel about this doctor?
I don't like him at all, but when he comes to see me, I feel the energy of Mindy, my cousin in this life, but my sister in that life. And she's here somewhere. I feel like that's why I acted a little bit more eccentric because I wanted to get a hold of her. And the only way I felt I could do that is be on the walls. And anytime he comes in to see me, I could feel her energy off of him.
Okay. Good, Anna. You're doing so good. And do you know what Mindy's name is in this lifetime as your sister?
I call her D.
Good. And is there anyone else that you know of that is here?
There's a lot of other energy, but I don't feel like they're close enough to me. But I know, like, just doing a scan of the building while I'm in this room is there's just a ton of women like me, and I know I'm connected to them in one way or another. I just don't know if I'm blood related.
Okay. And Anna, does this scene feel complete to you, or is there anything more you'd like to explore here?
No, it's complete.
Good, you're doing so well. All right. And so now I want you to go easily and effortlessly move to the next most significant event in this lifetime, knowing that you are in complete control and totally safe. The next event that will provide even more understanding and clarity for you. And you'll be able to move there with ease in 3, 2, and 1. Just let those details come. And when you're ready, just tell me what you're aware of here.
I'm in the bed, and Dee had sent me a message. It felt like she came to see me in my dream. She just told me to be still and be safe. And I don't want to. I want to fight them. I don't want to listen. But she came in really powerful when that doctor entered that morning. It just kept repeating, be still, be safe. And then they proceeded to strap me down. There was two nurses with him who didn't look like they wanted to do what they were doing, or I felt they didn't want to do what they were doing. but they had to strap me down. And he had a few other people come in, and they basically like hammered a thin metal pole in my left eye, and they strapped my head down. And I don't feel anything emotionally. I feel a lot of pain. I feel like my eye is going to pop out, but I just keep feeling stay strong, stay still. And when I did that, they had left. And when they left, one of the nurses kind of held my hand a little bit and squeezed it. I feel like she really didn't know what else to do but to follow orders, but that she was not okay with what was happening. And then I just kept hearing that same message of be still, be safe. And I was untied and then left alone. And there was definitely a lot of issues physically with muscle movement, but I don't feel like my mind was gone. It was still fully there. So I wasn't really sure how to handle this because I wasn't really sure what was happening. I had no contact with anyone else, but I feel like I lost a bit of myself there.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. Do you feel as though Dee sent you this message so strongly because she knew what was about to happen?
Yeah, it happened to her.
Okay. And this nurse that stayed back and held your hand, did you get a sense of if you know who this nurse or nurses were from your current life?
The one who held my hand feels familiar. I can't place her, but I know that I know it'll come to me because I see her eyes, and she feels very familiar, and she feels like she's going to play a big part in changing something. I don't know what it is yet, but she's got a strong heart and a strong mind.
You feel like you've met her before, or maybe just getting to know her?
I feel like I'm just getting to know her in that life, but that I definitely know her in this life.
Okay. And if it's important, just know that the name will come to you and you will recognize it and recognize her. How are you feeling right now, Anna?
My body feels numb. It feels like my mind feel and my heart feel very active and angry, but my body feels pretty limp. So I'm very confused as to what's happening.
Okay.
So I am calling psychically for Dee to, I don't know, connect with me or something.
Okay. And are you able to reach her? Is she receiving the message?
Not that I'm aware of. I just keep hearing her voice saying, "Be still, be safe," but I don't feel like it's her. I feel like it's a an impression.
Okay. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Would you like to go ahead and do a body scan and maybe try to release some of this energy?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Just go ahead and scan your body from head to toe, paying special attention if you feel any stuck or stagnant energy as it relates to what you're experiencing right now. And do you feel, or where do you feel energy in your body that is blocked?
Definitely behind my left eye.
Okay. And just know that all of your guides and your team are here surrounding you. And they're going to assist you as you feel into this area behind your left eye. And just bring all of your awareness, all of your energy right there to behind the left eye. Is there a particular color that comes to mind here?
It's red.
Okay. And leaning into this stuck energy, this red colored energy behind your left eye, what texture comes to mind?
It's like thick and sticky.
And what emotion is underneath this thick and sticky red energy?
It's like anger and self-criticism.
You're doing so good. So just be gentle with yourself, be gentle with this anger, this self criticism, and just know that you are completely safe. Are you ready to go ahead and let go of this anger and self criticism?
Yes.
Good. And so you'll know exactly the best way to transmute this emotion. You'll know exactly what'll feel good and nourishing. How would you like to remove this red, thick, sticky anger and self criticism from behind your left eye?
Like melting it.
Good. And you will be able to easily and effortlessly do that now. Just go ahead and melt away that red, thick, sticky anger and self criticism. And just sync that up with your breath, inhaling deeply into your stomach. And on the exhale, just feel it melt away more and more with every breath. And just go ahead and repeat that process as many times as you need, just letting it all melt away. And there's no rush here. Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Good. And so go ahead and just check back in with your left eye, scanning again for that red, thick, sticky anger, self criticism. And let me know, is it the same size? Is it smaller? Is it completely gone?
It's much smaller.
Good. And do you want to try this process again? Do you think this is something that can be released today?
I'm feeling like it's shifting a bit. I don't know if it can release today.
Okay. But at least you've started the process to shift the energy.
Yeah.
Good. All right. And let's go ahead and just take a moment to fill this space back up as this energy is melting away. What is it that you'd like to transmute this energy into? Would feel really good if it was behind your left eye instead of this anger and self criticism.
Self love and pride.
Beautiful. And when you think of self love and pride, what color comes to mind?
Like a light blue.
Good. And so, in the same way that you did before, just take a deep inhale, focusing on your left eye, and exhale to let that beautiful light blue color, that light blue energy coat your left eye. Breathing in so much self love and pride in yourself. And just repeat this as many times as you need to until you feel that it is restored, rejuvenated, and redeemed.
It's full.
Good. All right. And is there anything else that you would like to learn here in this scene, or would you like to move on?
We can move on.
Okay. Just like we did before, I want you to easily and effortlessly move to the next most significant event in this lifetime that will provide even more understanding and clarity. And you will be able to move there with ease in 3, 2, and 1. Just allow the scene to unfold. And when you're ready, just tell me, what are you aware of here?
I feel ugh, not good. I don't even know how. It's like you're a basically just in a circus. You're a piece of meat and you're being used as that, but you can't move and you can't make any expressions. You can't even breathe harder. You just lay there and you take it, and there's no control. I can't move my limbs. I can't fight. I could just my full mind is there, and just man after man is coming in and just raping my body. And I could feel other women on them. It's almost like they did this for that reason. There was no issue with who we were. It was pure selfishness and greed and just straight up perverts wanting to have room after room of limp women. And that's really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Do you want to stay here? Or do you want to move on?
I want to stay because this made me go so much deeper within my spiritual psyche that I could hear the other women, and we were concocting a plan. Our bodies were limp and useless, but our minds were so active and our spirits that it's almost like I could feel us making a plan or using each other's strengths and powers to do something. And we did.
Good.
And I mean, not that it ended well, but it was really powerful in the moment of just moving things in the room, like the room starts shaking or like something falls on the floor and the man can hear voices, like these voices, the women's voices are being heard when the man who's with me can see that my lips are not moving and it's a soundproof room. So he's startled and scared. And then it kind of gives him a taste of his own medicine when he goes to tell people, well, they're going to think he's crazy as shit. And
Yeah.
he didn't want to tell anyone because he didn't want that to be thought of him. And that's exactly what they did to us. So I think it scared him. And I don't know who he was, but he was a frequent visitor. And it's not like he was, and I hate to say this, I really do, because I'm really pissed at this whole situation, but
Yeah.
he's not a bad person. He can't talk to people. And I could feel his energy, and his energy is just, he's like a scared little bird that lives with his parents and abused by his mom and just can't talk to women. And so, working here in this godforsaken place, he saw that opportunity and he started saving his money to participate in it. And I think it's just because we're silent and that we don't move. And he didn't know that we had life in us. So it's like you kind of feel bad for him. Anna started to definitely feel those things because he was nice. He wasn't like some of the other perverts that would go in there. He was different in a way, like innocent and just curious and lost. And so I guess she can relate to him a little bit, but the scaring him did feel prideful because now I know I could do it and we know we could do it. And so we just started giving her and just scaring these men.
Good. So it's like you found a way or the best way that you could to take your power back in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. That's amazing. And so leading into that, scaring these men and making things move and making them hear voices, how does that make you feel?
Really amazing, really great. I feel like not that it was worth it because would rather be back home, but
Yeah.
it felt like we were gonna win. And I know we didn't, but it felt in that moment like we could and we had a chance. And even though I had no more body, I still had a chance to defeat these men and that is a powerful thing. And I think that's a powerful thing for women is that maybe that's why we're so strong, even stronger intuitively and psychically and spiritually, but just our essence and our energy,
Yeah.
because we didn't need our bodies and those bodies were taken from us for so long that we learned how to master other parts of our being. And now being Steph, it we have the chance to be totally empowered because we have those gifts and those strengths, but we also have our bodies and they can't take that from us now.
Yeah.
So it feels empowering and I know it's coming to an end in that life. I know they figured it out.
Well, let's
And
just take a moment and feel into that empowerment because you and these women overcame something in a lifeless body that you didn't even think you had the power to do, but you showed yourself how powerful you were in this moment. So let that sink in
yeah,
and just spread throughout your body because that is unbelievable. It is amazing to be able to, even though you couldn't see each other, hear each other physically, or know where each other was, you were still able to conquer in a sense and come together to stand up for yourselves and do whatever it was that you could do to fight back against these men in a next to lifeless body.
Yeah.
That's amazing and so powerful.
Yeah, and that's the reminder of I feel these migraines behind the eyes is just like, look, we did this in a complete lifeless body. Let's not relive that body. Use the body you have and be who you want to be within this body because it's not going to get taken away from you now. You might as well use it and not be stuck in that trauma from that life of just being quiet and still and not making a sound, not making a movement because even the slightest twitch would signal something and it's not like that anymore. I need to let it go.
Yeah. Are you ready to let it go?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Just take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, just let it all go with a big sigh. And do that as many times as you need. And let that go. Let that shit go. You are so powerful. As Anna, as Steph in this life, you don't need to carry that anymore. It's not yours and it's not serving your purpose.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling good and light and just
Good.
strong and powerful.
As you are. Good. And now, is there anything more that you would like to explore in this lifetime?
No, I feel like like there's so much that happened here, but the things that mattered were us as the women of souls connecting and reuniting when it was over. And I feel their power and I feel their strength. And we came here to do this again. And I feel like a lot of us have connected again in this life and are learning how to adjust. And we found each other to guide each other through that. And I think that it's beautiful. And I'm really proud of us for getting through it.
Good. And you mentioned that you and these women have reconnected in this life. Do you know who?
Yeah, you're there. Mira's there. My mom is there. My mom, I could feel her like roaming the halls, like she got out on good behavior and was like
Oh,
on janitor duty. And she would just send these love vibes through the doors. And it's so pure. And I'm really
oh,
grateful to have her and you and Mira and Mindy, my auntie.
yeah,
Tamara's there. There's just like all of us. I think all of us have either been in this one place or been through the same things at the same
yeah,
place at different lifetimes, or just, I don't know, but like we never met in person. We just connected through energies. And I think that it's just even more powerful.
absolutely. And even now, most of us aren't even in the same place, but we're able to still connect. We
Yeah.
found a way again. We
Yeah.
found a way.
Yeah. Just continuing to strengthen and use that gift. And I think that that's part of the lesson is just we don't have to be in the same physical space to have such a strong connection. And maybe it even made it stronger because that's what we knew before.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
I do want to say that Tegan was there,
Oh,
very young, but the energy was there.
yeah. Did you ever figure out who that nurse was that held your hand?
Yeah, her name is Jess.
Okay, beautiful.
And that's it for today's episode. Until next time, stay curious.